Hey everybody, it's Lindsay again, and this is the second edition of While the Coffee Brews, our latest series where I show you how to whip up something quick in preparation for dinner or lunch while the coffee is brewing. So we're gonna get started. Sorry, I'm feeling a little sleepy still, but so today I'm gonna show you how to do pasta in advance so you can use it all week long and it doesn't get mushy. So that's what I do sometimes when I feel like I'm gonna have a busy week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on my coffee maker and head over here where you can see I have filled up a big pot of water, which I did last night, and all I have to do is add some salt, which I'm going to do right now, just a little. And I'm going to turn my heat on high because this is going to take the longest out of everything we have to do right now. Next, I'm just going to add my pasta. Now, this is very important. The trick about doing this in advance is that you don't want to use a flimsy pasta. So if you are using spaghetti, you're going to want to make sure that it is whole wheat. And other things to use would be like big pieces of pasta like orecchiette, the ears. You could do gemelli, you could do fusilli, you could do penne, anything like that that's kind of thicker and takes longer to cook, because we want to cook this al dente, and then that way it won't get so mushy or soggy in the fridge. So at this stage the water's boiling. I'm going to start adding my spaghetti. You can do a 1-pack for the whole week or 2 packs if you have a larger family. We're going to read the instructions, and it says to cook 6 to 8 minutes. So we're going to do about 1 to 2 minutes less than that, and we'll just have to check for doneness. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. So again, to make sure that you have 1 serving per person, you just kind of grab a little bit in your hand like that. It should be about the size of between a nickel and a quarter. And that goes in, and we'll just throw the rest of it in and let it all cook up till it's al dente. I'm just gonna mix all this together so that I can make sure that all of that pasta is submerged. It's super hard to see because it is so very steamy. But I'm just gonna let that cook. I'm gonna set a timer for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're getting close because you can see when I pick up the pasta, it's limp, but it's still slightly stiff on the edges. So what we're looking for is sort of a parboiled approach. That one's getting a little bit softer. We'll just let it go for a couple more minutes. And that way, when you go to reheat it, it won't turn completely to mush. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. I would say that this is at the stage where I'm ready to take it off heat. And then I'll remember that it needs to be cooked a little more before it goes into somebody's serving bowl. So different flavor combinations could be cream, shallots, Parmesan, eggs. That would be a good sort of like mixture between an Alfredo and a carbonara. And I'm just putting all of this into my bowl. And I'm leaving a little bit of the water because that's going to help it to continue to cook. And you can store it like that, so if you microwave it or put it back in a pot, it has some pasta cooking water with it. All right. So that's pretty much it. Now for the final step. Alright, so the last step is to just go ahead and add a fat of some kind to keep the noodles from sticking together as they cool. So in this case I'm using about half of a stick of unsalted. You can also use olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, really whatever you want. And I'm going to add some onion salt to this too. And that's a lot of butter. You don't have to do that much, but I find adding more butter now means you don't have to add anything later. And I'm just gonna toss this together. All right, here we go. So we're mixing it up. That butter's gonna melt pretty quickly, and our noodles are stiff enough, which tells me that they are perfectly done for reheating purposes later. All right. Okay, you're just going to want to store this with plastic wrap on top, in a Ziploc bag, or just in glass containers in the fridge. You can portion it out and use it as needed. And don't forget, you can use it in chicken noodle soup. You can have cold noodle salad with it. There's lots of different varieties of things you can do with this. So it's a great thing to do at the beginning of the week to save yourself some time.